Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back. Just Simply Sports here with me. I am Kaja. If you are new here, I want you to hit that like and subscribe button. Tell a friend, tell a friend. If you're not new, you've been here. I appreciate your continued support. You guys, I'm going to start out. We're going to get right into it. I'm going to play this clip from Ant-Man, and then we're going to get into the Timberwolves because they are not having the season that we all predicted and expected.
How hard is it to just stay engaged?
Super hard. Yeah, super hard. Super hard. Super hard. I mean, because I'm wired to score the ball. It's not fun because I don't want to look like I'm not trying or not as good as I am because I am. But I can't show it because I'm getting double teamed. It's definitely frustrating. I see these guys cooking us and I can't cook them because of whatever the adjustments are.
He decided not to do that. Edwards on fire for Malik Beasley. He averages 16 a game off the bench. Meanwhile, Edwards, the only one who had... Tobias Harris right at the front of the rim. Edwards, step through, hanging, got the bounce. This year alone. Edwards takes the contact. Will they give him continuation? Edwards, three more. Yes, sir. Pocket pass to Randall. Randall outside. Edwards for three. Boom!
Against Minnesota, they get the switch, get the smaller player.
Edwards has 40.
Yes.
Trying to add to it here and does. Edwards, 44-point night. Takes the contact, scores. No
Ridiculous in this game. 6-12.
Edwards, 51. Edwards. On the drive, leaves it for Gobert, another throwdown. They're going to get their 17th win of the season. Edwards puts it up, it drops.
You know what's so crazy is that you look at how great Ant-Man played, but then if you watch the score throughout the game, it's like he wasn't even playing that great because they were down pretty much the entire game. And aside from Ant, with his 50-point game, the only other person in double digits was Julius Randle with 17. Everyone else on the team had no more than 9 points. And I showed you the clip of him speaking the other night when they lost to the Celtics. And he was talking about being double teamed, about he was frustrated. He's used to scoring and that's what he does. And I feel like in this game, as opposed to focusing on the team, I feel like he kind of came out with a chip on his shoulder and wanted to prove just how great he is. Like, we already know that Ant-Man is great. Like, that's why they're comparing him to MJ, and I see some of you in the comments saying that comment it should not even, like, that comparison shouldn't even be there. And you're entitled to your opinion. I'm not here to debate you on that. But I will say, I feel like sometimes, like, his youth shows through, and I feel like tonight was one of those nights, because as opposed to it being a team win, because you did all of this and your team lost, right? It's like a waste of a great night because you had such a great night. You hit 10 threes, the team lost, and then it's like, so what does it really mean? It doesn't do anything for the success, of the team, but it does for Ant-Man, I guess, make him feel better. And, he showed that, he's still him, so to speak. I will say that trading Cat was an awful, awful, awful idea. I'm not sure what made them think that getting rid of Cat was a good idea. Maybe nobody wanted Rudy Gobert. I don't know, but I would never have given up Cat. I would not have done that. This team, in spite of all the talent that they have, I feel like that completely threw off the team chemistry and the flow of what they had. And seeing how far they went, I'm just like, what made ownership, GM, and whoever else was a part of this decision? What made them sit there and say, okay, you know what? Let's do something different. Let's get rid of Cat and bring Julius Randle and DiVincenzo. And again, no disrespect to Julius Randle or DiVincenzo because they're in the NBA. Obviously, they're talented, right? But like I always say, there's levels to this. And just because you have two great players does not mean that it works together for the sake of the team. I feel like sometimes GMs just get this, okay, we want to win. Okay, this happened, that happened. Let's just get him, let's trade him. It's like you have to think about the bigger picture. Do you? I wonder if they really watched Julius Randle play. Did you really watch DiVincenzo play before you made that trade? Did you really think about how it will complement Ant-Man, how it will complement this offense, how it will work within the structure of this team, the way Finchie, as Ant-Man likes to call him, he likes to coach? I'm just wondering, like, do you sit there and think about all those things before you just say, okay, we want to win, so just bring somebody else we feel like this can help us win quicker? Sometimes these things take time and it doesn't happen overnight. You have a young team. Ant-Man is young. He's still learning how to lead in spite of how talented he is. I feel like he's still learning how to be a leader, and that comes with time. It doesn't happen overnight just because he's extremely talented on the court, and he's super funny, in the Santa Claus commercials and things like that. His personality is very inviting. You like to watch. For me, I like to watch his interviews. He's so raw. He's unfiltered. He's funny. He's not even trying to be. He's a little bit country. So I know I find he's definitely a superstar, in the making. Now, if you're gonna compare him to MJ, I don't know because he was talking about being double teamed, and I don't know if you watch MJ, he didn't have that same issue, finding a way to score. But nevertheless, I feel like another thing with this team is that although Ant-Man is leading the NBA with 3-point shooting, that wasn't something that he was always doing. And I'm glad that it's working out for him, but it's not working out for the rest of the team. And I see some of the comments blaming Julius Randle, and I don't think it's all his fault. I feel like Ant-Man has to do a better job of trying to figure out that balance between him, Julius Randle, and then the rest of the team and how they can move forward and play games. Him, Finchie, the rest of the coaching staff, I don't know how the practices are run and what they do when they look back at films, but coming into this season, there was such a high expectation for the Minnesota Timberwolves to get back to where they were and possibly even further. And I know there's still plenty of time left in the season, and we really get to see what teams are made of, especially as more injuries keep happening. And right after the NBA All-Star game, teams really start to really put their best foot forward, to move forward to end the season, for the playoffs and the seeding and things of that nature. But I'm glad he had a great night. But again, aside from him, Julius Randle 17 points. Everybody else completely under. 9, I think was the highest, 7 somewhere in there, which again, they were down the whole night. This is so misleading when you watch the highlights. You're like, wow, look at Ant. Look at the score. And if you like me and you were watching the score as he kept knocking down threes, they were still down by 15, still down by 20. And I gotta shout out the Detroit Pistons because they were awful, 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 awful last season. And this season, they have gotten so much better. This is also a young team, a lot of talent. It's going to be a while before they win a championship, if you ask me. But Cade Cunningham is absolutely or should be an all-star this year. He had 40 points this game, 10 assists. So you got to shout out Cade Cunningham and just the great season that he's had thus far. But yeah, you guys, what do you think about Minnesota Timberwolves? What do you think they need to do to fix this team and how they can move forward and get back into the playoffs and get back to the Western Conference Finals? Let me know in those comments, and of course, I will see you in the next video.